Oh man, what a great weekend I had.
Oh, I'm
I
glad to
didn't
hear
do
it.
shit, but it was great. We'll do segment one. Oh, it is a David week. We'll do segment one. We'll talk about the D&D update. Hey Dave, we're
Yeah,
just talking
We
pre-show.
won.
Yeah.
We
that seems
won.
to be the case. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it completely over yet, but yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like the most important thing is more or less resolved at this point.
Mm.
Yes, they're having the celebrate. Have you seen like the meme where they took the names of the people and they put them in like the Return of the Jedi celebration?
Oh, nice, nice.
I have not seen
Uh,
that. That sounds fun.
Comicsology, Dawn of DC, and then a bunch of Marvel quick hits, including some big ones, double food news, and then yeah, a pretty I don't know, it's a kind of a midweek for comics, but the stuff that I got
There
was
were some
man,
good things. There was
wasn't a lot of
definitely
stuff.
this definitely wasn't a high volume week for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh gosh,
yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't have.
Andy's here. Hey, Andy.
I
Hey,
had
Andy.
Yeah,
one DC book this week, and then the rest of my stuff was like Image,
not a
Boom,
lot of Marvel.
IDW, no Marvel, like virtually
Wow,
no Marvel this week.
wow, wow. Well, cool. Anything else you guys want to add to this week's fun-filled, slamming,
The only
jam-packed?
thing that I was going to think of was the D&D thing, but looks like we're
Yeah.
already
Oh,
covering
nice.
it.
Yes, we're gonna follow up. It's not really news. I mean, it's just basically. Oh, guess what? They said no.
Yeah,
We're gonna change our minds.
We
that
won.
is that is the long and short of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do this shit, man. Let's get it. Let's get it started, dude. Stoked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had the previous one up. Or whatever. Already off to a great start.
certainly does suck.
You're right, Wayne. Man, great time.
What the world needs is a Waynesboro parade.
Dude, that
Weren't
would
they
be
making
rad.
one? I thought I heard that they were making one.
They could do it a la like do Bill and Ted. With the kids involved. Greetings, Geek. It's another episode of This Geek and Comics Outright Geekery's Comic Book Shit Talk Show.
Shit talk
Gomer
show.
Taylor and AK David here this
Hello.
week. Yeah, man, had an okay week. Man, I went off this weekend shopping. I bought like 5 action figures on Friday, all drunk. My wife bought a new Shark brand like vacuum cleaner. This thing is amazing. I mean, it makes you want to vacuum.
Oh wow.
She also got like this camera that sits out on the front porch so we can watch the front porch.
Ah,
Like a trail cam, but for your porch.
like a Ring camera phone.
It's
or
kind of
Ring
like that.
door
Yeah.
camera.
It doesn't actually ring, but yeah. Yeah, it was nice. But I did watch Violent Night, finally caught up on that. Fantastic,
This
fantastic.
was legitimately one of my favorite movies from last year. It was
I
Yeah, it
haven't
was
seen
brilliant.
this.
very
It's
well made.
on
It's on
Peacock?
Peacock now, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's on
Yeah.
Peacock.
Okay,
Well, it's
I
not
don't have
seasonal anymore. It is legitimately a good Christmas movie. So,
Yeah, it's
like,
legit, man.
I would definitely say go ahead and watch it when you get a chance. But yeah, this is a good one to fire up come holiday season.
Dude, the freaking origin story of Santa Claus in this is the best ever. It's so good.
It's a
But it's all
legitimately
about The
good
Last
action
of Us.
movie too. You know.
Yeah, but it's all about The Last of Us. I mean, oh my gosh, this only 2 episodes in, and already some of the best television of the year. It's fucking amazing. New
Yeah.
episode tonight, episode 3.
People are throwing around best video game adaptation of all time, and
Oh,
it's
without a
hard to
doubt,
argue.
already. Yeah, already. It's brilliant. It's so much fun. It really, it gives us the world building. It's a slow burn kind of into the world, or a quick burn into the world building, and then a slow burn into the characters. And
Yeah.
it's so well
Well,
done.
yeah, this video game always lent itself to being made into a TV show or into a movie because it was a
Yeah.
very character focused, very story centric type of game.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
So well
half the
done.
work was done for them, is all that I'm
Oh,
saying.
most of the work was done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Most of the work, the heavy
Although
lifting was already
that's
done.
a shitty thing for me to say because Pedro Pascal, of course, and Bella Ramsey are like really killing it on this show.
Yeah, Anna Torv, killing it as well. One of my favorite actresses, even from back on the Fringe days. I love that show so much. Glad to see her working. Well, she was. I'm sure she'll be back. No spoilers. Dave, are you
Yeah.
watching The Last of Us? Do you see any of it?
No, not yet.
HBO. It's on HBO. It's really good. What did
I
you
have
guys do
that.
this week? Anything? Oh, good. Good. Anything cool? Anything worth mentioning?
Adventures in Automotive Repair.
Oh man, that sucks. I don't even want to talk about it. It's depressing.
I've just been going down rabbit holes of like Zelda theory and lore and like background details that do like world building and shit. So
That's
fuck you,
wild.
Gomer.
No, I'm just saying it's very niche. I'm
There's a
actually
lot to
impressed.
it. Yeah.
There's a lot to it, dude. Like it's all in the world, and sometimes the world is flooded, and sometimes it's flooded. It's weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. That's wild, though. That's fun.
Yeah. The only other interesting thing is
Yeah.
I ordered myself some new zombie side expansion kits.
Nice.
I knew about the Thundercats one, but I did not know about the Dark Metal ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and I have an order coming in from Big Bad Toy Store for the Sorceress's Evil Lyn.
Oh, cool.
And they had some Crimson Guard Commandos.
That's what I ordered Friday. I ordered Tomac, Zaymont, and 3 Crimson Guards. And I woke up Saturday and I was like, oh, what is this email I got from Entertainment? Oh, fuck. And my wife's like, yeah, you don't remember that? I remember that.
Now, was it 3 separate Crimson Guard Commandos? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't have like
Tomac,
an army builder.
Zaymont, the commanders, and then 3 Crimson Guards.
Trigun is something that I had never seen the initial outing of. It's a blind spot in my anime watching.
Andy in the chat talking about Trigun Stampede.
I have not watched the series yet, but the clips I have seen, this is some of the best CGI anime that I have ever seen.
Oh, nice.
This is probably what sets the bar for future animes that use CGI animation.
Nice. Well, we had a good week. Let's talk about not really comics per se, but
nerd shit
centric. It definitely impacts comic book shops, which we want to talk about. D&D, Wizards of the Coast, parent company is Hasbro. They made a big deal. We talked about it on the last episode, which was over a week ago, but now Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast have backed off their terrible decision to update the OGL. They've actually gone as far as making the original OGL now part of the Creative Commons. So, yes, all is good.
Yeah. They even made it a point in their statement, right? Like that this is a move where this isn't a matter of trusting us. Like this is a one-way street here. Or like I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's an irreparable move. Like, even if, like, some shitty CEO comes in later and wants to do this, there's nothing they can do about it now.
They can.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
Which is great, but, again, it's easy to talk shit. It's hard to earn trust. It's even harder to earn back trust.
Yeah.
And this isn't stopping any of those companies who said in the wake of the initial announcement that the OGL was going to change.
That's something that needs to be supported as much as possible as for third party creative licenses like that.
So that's why it may be a little early to say, quote unquote, we've won. Although it looks like the biggest thing on trial here has already been resolved. So
the thing that was the most divisive, the thing that everybody was really up in arms about has been, done away with. That is a win. But again, Hasbro fucked up. They're going to have to pay for that for a while. They've been building trust with this brand. Dungeons & Dragons has built trust for literally decades, generations of players. And
I'm sure that they rushed to like resolve this part of it at least, probably to make sure that people were cooled off by the time the Dungeons and Dragons movie comes out, because they probably stand to make more from that movie than they do from like a full year of like game releases and stuff.
So there's still a whole bunch of releases on the horizon for just adventure modules.
Next year they're doing 6th edition. They're calling it 1D&D, but they definitely needed to do some damage control fast. And this, I will say, is excellent damage control.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that said, Hasbro's stock had taken a tumble. They are laying off people. Surprisingly, though, the Wizards of the Coast brand was their most successful brand. That beats G.I. Joe, that beats Transformers, that beats Magic, that beats,
Wizards of the Coast is Magic.
I'm talking, Wizards of the Coast, though, within the brand, Dungeons and Dragons brand did better last year than any other brand that they have. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Magic. I'm sorry. I did misspeak, but yeah. Beyond that, though, the future still isn't clear. Like I said, there are still companies that are moving forward with their own, licenses and things like that. So it'll be
So
interesting to see how things change in the future.
give those guys some love. Pazio, Medophius, yeah, give them some love. They got some good stuff that's out there right now. And
well, you should always take it with a grain of salt, right? When you're looking for good guys in the corporate world,
For sure.
I'm just saying. So
No, you're not wrong.
We should never assume that these other brands are never going to betray the fan base at any point,
Right, but with that said, you're right. It all comes down to a business move. Hasbro underestimated their audience, their consumer base. That's a business mistake.
It was. They made a foolish choice. They thought that the rank and file customers, this honestly didn't affect very many of them. It honestly didn't.
But it's not the community aspect that
yes,
they underestimated.
That is what they underestimated. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that part is still not what it was, right?
Yeah.
They still have lost ground. And this helps. This definitely helps. I don't know if they're going to be able to rebuild back to like the D&D Beyond subscribers and all these other things that they had before. But this was an important step, and I think it was the right one for them to make.
In cleaning up their mess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This does go a long way, even if it doesn't go all the way.
Agreed. All right, moving on. We just talked about layoffs at Hasbro. Amazon did a bunch of layoffs to a whole lot of people. And it looks like that may have impacted Comixology more than other. There's a tweet from Comixology employee Scott McGovern after this story broke that Amazon was laying off a bunch of people, and he confirmed that 75% of the staff at Comixology was laid off. There's basically no Comixology division at Amazon anymore, and one of the repercussions, one of the things that happened almost immediately, Marvel's digital app didn't update. Their app is powered by Comixology. It's like an API that they use, but someone at Comixology has to push those over into the Marvel Comics app, and they were laid off. So Marvel's digital comics that you can go to marvel.com and buy, you couldn't buy Sins of Sinister this week. Not until like Thursday night. Not until they fixed it, dude. Yeah, it was wild, but this really begs the question. I mean, nature hates a vacuum. This, I think, definitely presents one. What are we going to see next? Are we going to see the taking the reins into their own hands? And
you just mentioned Marvel, and they've got Disney money to throw around. They could set up their own in-house distribution system
pretty easily.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. Yeah. I don't know. It seems really weird. Was no one shopping for Comixology? I mean, I don't know. It just seems weird to me that Amazon, this big ass company, made this acquisition and was like, nah, fuck it. We don't even want it anymore.
That actually is not unsurprising for Amazon, considering their history of acquiring, competition or a company that has something they like and then just letting it die on the vine. I mean, that's essentially what they do.
But they don't lose that functionality, though.
Yeah, I mean, that is surprising from that perspective, but it is surprising from the perspective that what other name is there other than Comixology that people can turn to instead? That seems like they pretty much have the market cornered.
Yeah, unless you're going to steal them.
Unless you're going to steal them, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is the biggest repercussion here. It's just going to push more people who were reading legally on Comixology, who had a pull list on there. Every Wednesday they would wake up, they would have their pile of books, digital books, just sitting there waiting for them. Now, fuck it. Why would they want to go to 5 different platforms in order to get their books?
Yeah.
It's stupid, It's stupid. But why would Amazon care? Obviously, they're not making any money off of Comixology anyway. Or they'd keep it going.
If they cared, they'd, keep it going.
The only way to make them care is for that to make money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. We'll have more on Comixology as it happens. Moving on. DC Comics, Dawn of DC. Okay. This is some big ones. All right. Titans, Green Lantern, and Cyborg have all been announced. I want to thank AIPT, Adventures in Poor Taste, for brightening this image up for us. You see what's going on here, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't even make out the lightning bolt there in the original image.
Yeah, you can make it out. But it looks like we're going to have some changes to Wonder Woman here. What is this? Knights of Terror? What is that?
That's what it looks like to me. Knights of Terror.
Looks like it.
Night
Hawkman
Terror.
Logan.
No, this is Hawkman.
Yeah.
the one underneath the Night Terror.
Yeah.
But then a return of the Justice League, which seems weird considering we just made a big deal out of the Titans doing
Yeah,
their own
this is
thing.
happening in 2023. It seems like there's going to be like zero time for this whole. They just made a big deal. You're right. In Nightwing, of the Titans are like
The new team.
yeah,
The
they are
new team.
they are the global team right now, and
Yeah.
they're not going to have any time to do anything with that. If this
Yeah.
is, we're going to have the return of the Justice League, even if it's by December, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Then these tendrils look like Brainiac tendrils.
Dude, thank you. They do look
Yeah.
like Brainiac tendrils. The skull back there, I don't know what to make of that. Is the fucking Punisher coming to
Well,
DC
The
Comics?
old
Don't be
style
silly.
Punisher.
Yeah. DC's
Marvel
like,
lost
we'll
the
do
rights.
it. All right, moving on to the books. Titans has been confirmed. Writer Tom Taylor, artist Nicholas Scott. That is a team that is perfect.
Yeah, I
Tom
mean, you could
Taylor
tell me that
doing
they
a
were going
team
to.
book?
If you
Yes,
told
on a
me
Teen
that,
Titans
like,
book.
if you told me that this was the creative team behind a book about like someone going to the grocery store, I would still be reading it. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, man, it's a great team. I love the look of this. So moving on. We got here's a variant cover, sorry, for the Titans book. We don't know what's going to happen in the Titans. It's just happening. All right, moving on. Green Lantern. Jeremy Adams and Germanico, who did Flashpoint Beyond, present also with some help from Jeff Johns, obviously. Present a tale of redemption, loss, and finding out that maybe you can go home again in Green Lantern, spinning out of the events of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Guardians of Oa, at the heart of the Green Lantern Corps, have quarantined Sector 2814. That's where Earth is, and its champion along with it. So a heartbreaking defeat has sent Hal reeling, returning home to discover his roots and find the man responsible for ruining his life. Sinestro, which leads to this dope variant cover of Sinestro just undercover. That's so weird. I'm
Is he
sorry.
in Gotham?
Yeah, he's somewhere.
could be,
It's
but
Central City, isn't it?
that isn't. I mean, that's an interesting look for
It really is, dude. It's like
Sinestro thing.
what? That's
A
what?
I mean,
leather
if he's hanging out
a
at
leather
Hal's home
jacket
turf, that's
with
like
a
Coast
hood?
City, I guess.
What?
But I
Yes,
don't know.
Coast City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
missed the
anyway,
days back when they just named all the superhero cities like Central City, and Metropolis is basically just like City.
yes,
Like,
the city of cities.
yeah.
So
Coast City.
Green Lantern #1 is going to be out on May 9th. It also features part 1 of a John Stewart Green Lantern story from Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist Osvaldo Montos. Now, if you'll recall, when these two Green Lantern books were, where's my camera? Two Green Lantern books were originally announced. It was going to be just that, two Green Lantern books, because Mariko Tamaki was going to be writing the John Stewart book. And that's no longer happening. We have no information of why Mariko Tamaki was taken off of the John Stewart book, but
I mean, she's definitely a talented writer. She was the only good Batman book for a while there with Detective Comics.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what we know about the new Green Lantern book. It's going to be a Hal Jordan book with a John Stewart backup story, which is good. You know, I'm happy about it. Love this cover right here. Really fun. But lastly, writer Morgan Hampton from that Milestone Initiative Talent Development Program, which is pretty fucking rad. He joins forces with Tom Rainey to do a new Cyborg book in the Dawn of DC. When a family emergency brings Cyborg back to Detroit, Victor Stone surprisingly finds himself enjoying returning to the simpler life where everybody sees him for who he really is and always was, rather than the larger life superhero. It's been a while since Vic's been able to lower his guard and seek a purpose outside of being Cyborg all the time, but a lot has changed in Detroit. There's an aggressive new company that's turning the Motor City into an overclocked engine of revolutionary artificial intelligence.
OCP.
OCP, dude. Yeah, and I mean, and AI is really in the news right now, especially for artists and shit like
art
that.
and Chat GTI or whatever.
Man,
it is.
I'm in a comic book group on Facebook, and this dude said, "Hey, man, here's the first few pages of my new AI written and AI art generated story." Man, it's like this dude kicked a fucking puppy. He took such a beating in this group, man. The admins had to come in there and turn this shit off, man. It was nuts. Anyway, this will be in January 31st. Oh, no. This will not be January 31st. I'm sorry. This will be May 16th. But
Ah,
January 31st, this upcoming week, there is a Black History Month anthology book coming out, and
Okay.
there will be a Cyborg story that's sort of a prelude to his upcoming series.
huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
who doesn't like Cyborg? Who doesn't like Cyborg?
Nobody
No,
He's
does.
Cyborg's a
awesome.
cool character. Yeah.
He's awesome, dude. He's so much fun.
I remember
So,
when he was like introduced in like Super Friends or something like that back in the
yeah,
early
dude.
80s.
Yeah, man.
Him
Is
and
that where he got his
Firestorm.
premiere?
He
I
and
don't know if that was his
Firestorm. I don't know if
debut,
that was his
but
Surely not.
debut, but I
yeah.
remember his animated debut was like right alongside like Firestorm.
Well, I got introduced to the character the way a lot of people my age did through the Teen Titans cartoon. But
Yeah, well, I was reading it
yeah.
and stuff, before
Well,
then.
you're
But
fucking
I'm
old,
old as
so
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, we'll have more on Dawn of DC. We have teasers here. Whatever this Night Terror is, definitely a Hawkman book coming. Something for Wonder Woman on the way. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen in issue number 800. And then yeah, fucking Justice League, man. You got to be kidding me. I'm going to keep both of those images in there. I'm not going to delete those. But moving on to comic book quick hits over at Marvel Comics. Loki number 1 of 4, Dan Waters, Jermaine Peralta. June 7th, a new chapter for the God of Stories will introduce a collection of ancient Norse weapons that Loki crafted in his mischievous past. When they're scattered throughout the realms, including, I can never say it, Nidavellir. I actually did pretty good there. Kree, Space, and Earth. Loki must track them down to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Throughout this twisting journey, readers will see Loki go head-to-head with Marvel villains, provoke Earth's mightiest heroes, and be forced to confront the dark truth that lies at his center.
Loki is a fun character, and a good writer
Yeah,
can
he
tell
is.
some great stories. Like I
Kieran
saw,
Gillen?
yeah,
Was it
Kieran
Gillen?
Gillen's Journey into Mystery run is
Wonderful.
top-notch stuff. Yeah, if anyone
Wonderful.
hasn't
We'll
checked that
talk
out.
a lot more about Kieran later. Moving on, next Marvel comic quick hit. Black Panther number 1, Eve Ewing, art by Chris Allen. This is going to be on sale in June. John Ridley's Black Panther run comes to a close with issue number 15. That won't spell the end for T'Challa and the world of Wakanda this June. Monica Rambeau, Photon writer Eve Ewing, and Stormbreaker artist Chris Allen will launch T'Challa into a brand new series. That's all the information we have on that. I didn't mind the John Ridley run at all. I understand the problem some people had with it. I didn't care for Ta-Nehisi Coates' run all that much, and a lot of people
Well,
loved it. So
I like Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, but 15's a weird one to end on, though. Usually they try to keep him divisible by 6.
It is odd. I think there may have been an annual. So that kind of, well, no, that's still not divisible by 6, is it?
It is still not, no.
Yeah, close. There's a 6 in there. Ghost Rider and Wolverine, one of the best writers in the business right now, Ben Percy.
Oh, yeah. The first thing I was going to ask when you said it was a Ghost Rider Wolverine book is Ben Percy writing it, because
fuck yeah.
That makes this a pickup, I think.
Oh, yeah, dude. Weapons of Vengeance Alpha number 1. Jeff Shaw is going to do the art. Ryan Stegman has a hell of a fucking cover here. This is going to be in sale in August. The story will kick off in Weapons of Vengeance Alpha, where Percy will team up with Jeff Shaw to reveal Wolverine and Johnny Blaze's first encounter, back when Logan was still learning what it meant to be an X-Man, and Johnny was still reeling from his demonic transformation. So kind of a throwback origin.
I was kind of looking at that motorcycle Ghost Riders, and I was thinking that was Danny Ketch.
No, he blue
nah,
now.
That's Johnny.
They got him as blue now, don't they? To distinguish between the two.
It's hard to tell them apart. I think
it's usually they're just human skulls.
I think the tell for Johnny is like the spiky shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the spikes and stuff was the Danny Ketch thing, because Mike Texteria was doing the artwork.
You're absolutely right, dude. The spikes thing was originally Ketch. The whole look for Wolverine really came on with for Ghost Rider actually came on with Danny Ketch, and then he was so great, but people love Johnny Blaze.
But Johnny
Blaze, he was the original,
Yeah, the original one's always going to predominate in these types of things.
Just like the Robins,
How many Robins are there now? Like 6?
But still, the first one's still the best.
Yeah.
The first one's still the best.
Yeah.
His stock has risen a lot with Tom Taylor's Nightwing run, but
it has.
But I will say that I think it's probably a good move if he doesn't want to deal with like the Krakoa baggage and everything like that. Like he can tell a much more straightforward story by setting it in the past.
But after that, in the present, Wolverine is on the run after the shocking events of Fall of X. which we are all excited about to see what happens. So obviously, Fall of X is really going to put some people back on their heels, including Logan.
Is Wolverine on the run from the Ghost Rider?
We don't know who he's on the run for. That's the thing.
Because that would be,
I doubt it.
Shit.
Yeah, I doubt it too. While Johnny is following a path of destruction. So that's what's going on in
Ghost Rider is one of those characters where like they are just stupid OP. I mean, I think the penance stare on Logan would pretty much fuck him over.
Yeah, I mean,
because Logan actually feels bad about things already, and like
penance stare has been nerfed though, dude. Penance stare is one of those like.
It's one of those things where, like, if the writer does, the writer will sometimes have, like, the Punisher or something survive it just to show how cool they are.
Yeah, it's lame.
Did you ever see that one episode of the Fantastic Four where the Ghost Rider shows up and Penance stares Galactus?
Yeah.
Does it work? I didn't see that.
Yes, it did.
It gets him to leave. Wow. The Penance stare, it's basically a one-shot kill unless the writer is doing something stupid.
It's stupid. I don't like one-shot kills. Anyway, this will be on sale later this year. It looks great. It looks fucking cool. Finally, the big one. We know who's the new Avengers team. It's Jed McKay and CF Villa. Okay. In May, Jed McKay and Stormbreaker are the CF Villa. Is it Villa? It's probably Villa, isn't it? With the two
I assume
L's.
it's Villa, yeah.
Yeah, my bad. We'll take the reins of Earth's Mightiest Heroes in a new run of Avengers just in time for the team's 60th anniversary. We have absolutely no details on this at all, except the team lineup, of course. Classic team lineup.
Yep.
I like that team.
I'm glad to see Sam back. I'm especially glad to see Vision back on the team. You don't see it's been a minute since we've had Vision.
Vision for sure, especially with Wanda on the team. Even though Wanda died, I have a picture of it this week. She passed away. I have a picture of it. We'll see it later. But this, in my opinion, the biggest takeaway from the Avengers news is this cover, because this is a spoiler for Captain America versus Captain America Cold War. Obviously, Steve's going to lose. And Sam's going to be the premier Cap. I mean, obviously, apparently.
If I had to guess right now, I'd guess that Steve is going to, like, retreat into the shadows to deal with the outer ring.
He's going to change into something. He'll be a nomad.
I need you to be the one out in the open, Sam, or some shit. I don't know.
So it's going to be called... the main thing they're going up against, a series of problems called the tribulation events, which is biblical, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Jed McKay is very hit or miss for me, though.
Oh yeah, Jed McKay is definitely hit or miss for me as well. Sometimes he's hit or miss for me in the same fucking book. That Timeless book, it had some great parts, and some of the parts were like, what the fuck? Why do I even give? Yeah.
But the hits are good enough that I'm definitely going to check out this opening salvo.
Avengers hasn't dealt us dirt, in a long, long time. So yeah, there's no way I'm not going to read the flagship title at Marvel Comics, and I'm sure that's what they're trying to do with Avengers now. The engine's running out of steam for the X-Men. It just is, right? It just is. We're going to be back to a normal status quo here in a little while. And none of this includes any of the shit that Bendis is talking about doing at Marvel, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, that's all the news. Let's do food.
Yummy.
Couple of gross ones. The first one, you know what? It may not be gross. You tell me. You let me know if you think this is gross. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bugles.
Why hasn't this been done before?
Oh, look at Dave. Dave's immediately like, I want to go to there.
No, this is a good idea.
On my fingers.
I don't like bugles, but I think that cinnamon toast can only enhance the flavor.
It's going to be like a sweet and salty sort of thing. $3 for a 3-ounce bag.
I mean, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I mean, why couldn't we have it like on Chex Mix and stuff?
They actually sell the Cinnadust at Sam's Club. If you go to Sam's Club, you can buy Cinnadust. And yeah, I think
Cinnadust is such like, it sounds like such a like, it sounds like a parody of like late stage capitalism. Go pick up your Cinnadust.
Yeah.
The spice must flow.
New rave drug. It's the new rave drug. What are the? Oh man, we had 3 girls in the hospital tonight, all hopped up on Cinnadust. From the rave. But yeah,
this seems like an okay idea to me. Yeah.
Yeah, these are available now.
I'm not opposed to this.
Seems kind of gross to me. We got someone. Oh, Andy chiming in. Sounds tasty. Andy's vote is worth way more than mine. If I see him, I'll try him. I'll review him on the show. Second one, KFC has launched incense that smells like fried chicken.
Oh,
It gets
God.
worse. It gets worse. KFC Thailand has launched a line of incense that smells like fried chicken. The incense sticks are also meant to resemble the fast food chain's chicken. For now, the incense can be purchased, but cannot be purchased, must be won as part of a Lunar New Year contest. It gets worse. The CCO of marketing company Wonderman Thomas Thailand, who's working on this promotion, said that the goal of this project was to get the KFC brand into the public's attention for the Chinese New Year by taking advantage of a centuries old tradition, the lighting of incense sticks to pay homage to the gods. Of course, I'm sure Taiwanese gods love nothing more than people lighting chicken flavored incense in their honor in order to sell more buckets of greasy fucking bird. I mean, the most
The
disgusting thing I saw this
the
week, y'all, in
the
terms of
chicken
food. This is
incense
nasty.
the chicken scented incense isn't really super appealing, but I'm not opposed to cookie smelling wax melts and biscuit
Sure,
smelling wax melts,
but not chicken.
not chicken.
I'm
Not
kind of
chicken.
sorry I said the thing about it being like a parody of late stage capitalism earlier, because this is a much better example of
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Thank you. How many different things can we abuse in one product? Is your year of the rabbit? Not yet, Andy. Good idea, though.
It is in the year
Good
of the rabbit.
idea.
We are transitioning into the year of
It
the rabbit
is,
now. Yeah.
but I thought he was talking about
But if this was like the year of
flavored.
the rooster or the chicken or whatever it's called, then I could maybe see it justifiable then. But
Yeah.
uh,
Either way, it's
That's-
it's a pure capitalist scheme to take advantage of so many things, and that's how the system works. Anyway, that's all the food news. I had so much other food news, dude. I'm gonna save them for next time. I'm gonna save 'em for next time.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice tease.
Let's do comics. Let's do. I mean, we've been doing comics all show, but damn. In the bad way to TMNT, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years #1. Kevin Eastman, Tom Waltz, Ben Bishop, SL Gallant doing some art in this too. When more of a good thing isn't better or worse, Last Ronin was great, but this is just more. It's just sort of there.
I mean, I feel like I got
capitalizing
all
on
of the
the
Lost Years
nostalgia.
that we needed in The Last Ronin itself.
with
Yeah.
with the flashbacks. I didn't.
But that was super popular, and they're going back to the well. But yeah,
course
it's
they are.
not
course they
interested myself.
Honorable mention for a couple books. Exterminators #5 wraps the series. Leia Williams, Carlos E. Gomez. Just a really fun miniseries. Crazy fun, just super hot. And the one panel that summarizes the entire island nation of Krakoa. It's beer o'clock sluts. Okay, just perfect. Just a fun book.
Summarize an entire miniseries with one panel.
Yeah, just so fucking good. So fucking good. I also want to give a shout out to Darkwing Duck #1. Amanda Diebert and Carlos Laura. Fun nostalgia, exactly as it should be. Just a whole lot of fucking fun. Look at David Nakayama doing a cover. DNA doing Darkwing Duck is just perfect. Anyway, my #3 this week, Archie versus the World. Aubrey Sitterson, Jed Doherty. Really cool, fun sort of one-shot that did a whole lot of work with very little space. This was not an oversized issue, just a regular size comic, but they were able to do so much with so little because of big, sprawling, double page spreads like this. Something that a writer and artist who are just working together on a one shot should not be able to get this much in sync to be able to tell a story as deep as this in a way that was so short. I mean, look at that art. Look at everything going on.
I mean, honestly, adapting all the Archie iconography to Mad Max setting is really fun here. That's like the old 1950s Archie car. That's Jughead with the slingshot and everything.
Yeah, dude, it really, really worked well. They're going to see the witch, and it's Sabrina, but it's not just Sabrina. It's young, middle, and old age Sabrina, and it was perfect.
So the Fates.
Yes, like the Fates. It was so fucking well done. Bravo, Aubrey Sitterson. The tragedy of Aubrey Sitterson that he had one of the best G.I. Joe runs of all time going, and then Twitter broke it. Anyway, that was my #3.
He did say something to make
he
it.
did, yeah.
He broke it on Twitter.
He poked the bear.
Especially when you're writing G.I. Joe, you can't say something like that. we won't even repeat it here. But anyway, he's not wrong, but we won't repeat it here. Taylor, honorable mentions and number 3.
Honorable mention for Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, number 2. This is just one of those things, kind of like the Godzilla versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles things, where like you know what you're in for. You're here to see like Billy and Donatello working on a Zord together in the lab. You're here to see like Jason and Leo, sparring in the like training grounds, whatever. Yeah. It's just big, dumb, stupid fun. The big like finale for the last time was like the Turtles getting like Power Ranger suits, and they went ahead and just like repeated that here. But it's just fun. Sometimes it's okay for comics to just be fun.
That last page stinger, you knew he was coming.
Fucking Shredder.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
That was a hell of a thing to go out on.
It was great. I was like, oh shit, you got me for another issue at least.
Although they do have Casey being a fucking idiot in this for some reason.
Was dumb. I don't know why.
Whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
Number 3 though is going to be the Human Target number 11.
That is on my list.
Nice.
Well, I can let you talk about it more, but I'll suffice to say for now that we are coming into the finale of this. All the femme fatale, all the noir elements of this are coming to a head, and this was kind of a transition issue. Like last issue was like a big reveal, and then like this issue is them just kind of like hashing out the big reveal. But they've come up with a really good dynamic between Chris and Ice here, and it was really fun to see it play out. This has been a really good series. It's maybe the best one Tom Taylor has done, at least since Vision, I would say.
Yeah, that's still my favorite Tom King book.
Oh, did I say Tyler? My bad. Tom King.
You got me too.
I'm so used to praising Tom Taylor.
I know, right? I know.
But yeah, it's the best thing Tom King's done in a while, for sure.
Dave, you just want to talk about this now, since we're here?
I just really enjoyed the pacing of it, how Ice, was like, yes, I did it. I fucking did it.
Well, I was trying not to give spoilers, but okay.
They kind of gave it away in the last issue, and this is just
fair enough.
Spinning that he's got one more day left, and this is just him trying to enjoy
tomorrow's his last day. Yeah,
last issue.
But that Dan Smallwood art is just
dude. That's really the reason to pick this up, in my opinion.
Greg Smallwood, right?
And just
Greg Small. I'm sorry. I know
we are both. Hey, I fucked up Tom King earlier, so we're both like messing up the creative team here.
Yeah.
I do know a person in real life named Dan Smallwood.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Well, they don't deserve credit for this issue, Dave.
No, they don't. Yeah. Greg Smallwood deserves it.
You don't know. Maybe he does. Awesome. Good choice. Dave, honorable mentions and number 3.
My honorable mentions this week is going to be Lovesick number 4. Just a lot of twists and turns going in this thing, and I'm not quite sure where this is heading at.
I have no idea where this could possibly go. I am nuts, dude.
Even rereading it, I get confused.
It's nuts.
My next honorable mention is Saga 61.
Oh, nice. I didn't even grab a screen for that.
Return to form for Staples and Vaughn here.
Nice.
And then my last honorable mention is also going to be Darkwing Duck number 1. It was just
nice.
Had that very nostalgic feel.
It did, dude. Seeing Launchpad again was so much fun. It really took me back.
Launchpad, Gosling, Honker.
Yeah, it really took me back, dude. It was
Fenton,
cool.
I think. No, it's not Fenton. Fenton's a DuckTales character. But yeah, Negavolt.
He moved back and forth.
Yeah. Negavolt was in there. Just had that classic, you could almost feel that line, I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah, it was fun, dude. I had a great time with that shit too. Good call out. Yeah, Andy chimed in. Darkwing was good. It was, dude. It was a lot of fun.
I will also say that I am pleasantly surprised by the Disney offerings at Dynamite, because
Gargoyles issue 2 took a big downturn from the first issue, but I am sticking with it.
I am not usually a big Dynamite reader.
Yeah, me neither.
So
James Bond is really all they have, in terms of books that they put out on a consistent basis.
That are not Vampirella or
and just those covers are cheesecake. I mean, I read that Barbarella book that came out with what's his name doing the art that I couldn't stop raving about, Dukovovich or whatever. I can't even remember. Menikov Misovokovich or whatever. But yeah, I'll give anything a try over at Dynamite. But yeah, a lot of
But
times there's just not enough meat on
generally
the
with
bone.
Dynamite, I associate them with like cheesecake.
And it
so.
is.
Oh,
but
they are
there's
the
still,
cheesecake place for sure.
well, for the cover, sure. And yes, the art inside, there's a lot going on that is,
Well, I mean,
revealing.
honestly, in
But
the
there's some-
age of the internet, if all they were offering were just scantily clad women on the covers, they would have closed by now. There is something
Exactly.
to the books.
Well, there are some
Yeah.
companies that are doing that, but yeah, I don't know how they stay in business. But
Yeah. But
yeah, dude, for sure, they're definitely offering something inside in terms of some quality stories in a lot of cases.
But I am pleasantly
Sonyaverse was fucking dope. I'm sorry, I know. I'm like, oh, there's a blue Sonya and a green Sonya, dude. It was rad. It was rad.
all
But
the
anyway,
colors
sorry,
of the
Dave,
Sonya
go ahead.
rainbow.
Yeah, it is. It's a red Sonya rainbow.
But like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised by the Disney offerings from Dynamite. I'm
100. Yeah, 100.
So, my number 3 pick this week is Hell to Pay number 3.
Oh, I think I grabbed that. Yeah, still continuing, still trucking along this book. This is a fun series.
They
man.
are what I guess the best way to put it, they kind of mess up in this issue, and they go confront the guy making the coins.
Yeah,
and it doesn't go for them. And
basically,
now
this dude has devil coins that allow him to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Why
would you go fuck with a guy who can do whatever he wants?
Yeah, he's got basically this big machine that basically extracts a portion of people's souls out of it to make a coin.
It's wild.
And now one of our heroes is hooked into the machine. So it's crazy. It's just they go ask some friends for help and to fight this guy, and then all of a sudden things just go south. And it was like, wow. Yeah. And you released Alexander the Great, and you're not using him. What the hell?
That's going to be the saving grace for the next issue.
Yeah.
He's the one who's going to come in and save the day. It's kind of predictable, but Charles Soule is really good conceptually, and the concept here is very well done. And they're pulling it off for the most part.
Yeah, the premise of the book is great, and Charles Soule, if it's like a legal contract or something.
Former lawyer, right?
Yeah. Who's best to write contracts with demons? Charles Soule.
Yeah. All right, that comes to me. Number 2 for me this week, Action Comics 1051. PKJ, Philip Kennedy Johnson, Dan Jurgens, Leah Williams. Art was Rafe Sandoval, Lee Weeks, and Marguerite Savage. The status quo for the House of L, it's changed. Okay, it's updated. It's very exciting. And this is where it begins. And I was really happy with what we were given. There's a lot of stuff going on. They're easing you into the hot tub. You know what I mean?
That old Saturday Night Live bit was.
Yeah. Ow!
Get in the hot tub!
Dude, it's too hot in the hot tub.
Too hot in the hot tub!
But it is continuing from stories that happened previously, but also adding these other stories. Like there's a story about Beast Boy getting therapy in this. That's freaking wild. Was that this or was that the Lazarus one?
I am not reading Lazarus.
Did anyone else read Action this week?
No.
It was really cool. Like these twins from War World got their own Superman suits now. Lois Lane is basically the editor-in-chief now at the fucking planet.
Time.
Yeah, right. The Irons, are doing their thing with technology and stuff. This book is really leaning in hard to the House of L, all of these Superman, the Superman family, pushing the social justice agenda in terms of meeting social concerns, real life social concerns head on. And I think that's where Superman needs to live. Okay. I think the John Kent book from Tom Taylor really pushed that over the top for me. This is the best place for Superman to do the things that need to be done today in the context of there being this type of superhero. When Superman first came out, sure, he was doing these things, but he was doing so in campy ways where people weren't as smart. They didn't have as much access to information. Now they know everything that Superman could actually be doing in a real world context. And DC leaning into that as hard as they are with this is really refreshing. And yeah, I can't wait to see where all the Superman books go. There's going to be like fucking 5 of them by the end of the year. So, yeah, great issue, great lean in for the entire Superman family. Superman may be better than Batman by the end of the year, and it's about time. It's about time. So yeah, Action Comics 1051. My number 2, Taylor. Number 2.
My number 2 is Justice Society of America, number
Oh
2.
my gosh, I didn't even grab an image for that. It was fantastic. It was really
Yeah.
good.
This has been a like curated tour through like the history of the DC universe.
Yeah.
We get with like Slaughter Swamp and all that, Dr. Fate jumping around through time.
That's a little confusing.
It is a little confusing, and this is definitely one of those like transition issues where like you start off with like a bang in the first issue, and like this is the issue where like, okay, let's all like get our heads together, figure out what's going on. But I am loving this series so far. This has been Jeff Johns, like some of the best Jeff Johns stuff I have read in years, hands down.
He's having fun in his own little portion of the universe.
He has a fondness for the Justice Society that is really shining through here. I mean, he wrote a really good run of it. Like, oh God, I guess it was like 15 years ago now. But yeah, this has been a heck of a lot of fun.
I almost wanted more Huntress in this. I want more of her adventures. And then she was at the Justice Society. Then Dr. Fate leaps into the future. Is that right?
He leaps like into his own future.
It's wild.
There's a lot of time travel shenanigans here. It's a little confusing, but it's followable. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm loving the hell out of this.
Nah, great book. Jeff Johns, again, like I said, has his own little corner of the DC universe right now. He's able to sit over there, play with his toys, and have a great damn time doing it. So, yeah, great book. Dave, number 2.
Plush.
I have no idea what this is.
Plush number 3.
Plush. All right. This is still great. I mean, it's just Wagner just doing this stupid shit that he always does.
If you just want silly violence, Wagner is the way to go.
Yeah.
We kind of get a little more about these very violent furries. What they're about. They are cannibals, apparently. But they've taken a liking to our hero here, and they
cannibal mean they eat other plushies, or do they eat humans?
They eat other furries.
They eat other furries. They eat
who
people.
are plushy humans.
Yeah. But it is just crazy. They break him out of the police station. They're like, oh my gosh.
And he's almost like, no, I don't want you to break me out of the police station. I didn't do anything wrong. And they're like, nope, you're coming with us.
And at the end of it, he leaves a message for like the father-in-law that he doesn't or his future father-in-law that he doesn't want to marry the cheating daughter for.
Yeah.
And it's just, and now it's going to go like to the next level, like bring it, call in all the boys, even Cletus, especially Cletus.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my gosh.
It's way over the top.
I mean, when you in comparison to like Wagner's other works, this
like
is
what?
like
Nail Biter?
Well, like vinyl. And
vinyl
plastic
was good. I loved plastic.
This is still kind of a slow burn compared to those, but
sure.
It is going to ramp up. I just know it is. The violence is going to go up to 11, and I want to be there for it.
Nice. Yeah, it's a solid book. Really solid book. All right, I guess that leads us to our number 1. If this is not everybody's number 1 this week, I will be very surprised. Sins of Sinister, number 1.
It is mine.
It is not mine.
Oh, okay. Kieran Gillen.
Was yours a Human Target there, Dave?
Yeah, it was the best thing I read this week.
Nice. Kieran Gillen, Lucas Warnick, special guest artists Jeffrey Shaw, Marco Cicchetto, Juan Jose Rip, David Baldione, Travel Foreman, Carlos Gomez, Federico Vicentini, David Lopez, Joshua Casaro, and Stefano Caselli. I wanted to make sure all of them got love because I'm going to show off shit that they have done. This book is sort of a capstone, okay? It's kind of weird because usually you expect the first issue of kind of an event book to be the lead up to the event. It's not. This is just
they do not do you any hand holding in this one. Yeah. They hit the ground running. If you have not been reading Immortal X-Men, then fuck you.
Yeah, then you're just done.
One of the reasons why I didn't pick it up is I'm not following the X books.
So throughout Immortal X-Men, okay, Mr. Sinister has been fiddling with, genetic shit, DNA, like he always does. But basically, the overarching crux of his plan, he's been taking Moira McTaggart clones and using their power so that he can reset the universe whenever the fuck he wants. And he continues to do it over and over again until he is able to just manipulate the entire council, the entire island of Krakoa. He's able to get over on basically the entire planet Earth, all of civilization, in this crazy. I don't know how you come up with a concept like this. It's just nuts, dude.
So
But
he just
my
would
God,
constantly reset the universe until he got everything he wanted, right?
Yeah.
dude,
Everything we're
basically
looking
that's
at,
what he does.
yeah. Everything we're looking at here is his self-proclaimed fucking around phase.
Yeah.
But we go to some wild places here. We got like all these little vignettes they keep showing. This was remember that thing where it was the Squadron Supreme of America had taken Heroes Reborn.
Yes.
Some of the best parts of that book was just like the what the fuck is going on, like crazy like splash pages, but they have that going on to an even greater degree, I would argue, in this book. You know, we already showed like Juggernaut being a bullet through Thanos' head, and like
my favorite part of that is, and we just said fuck Juggernaut. He just let him hang out in space.
Yeah.
What did you do? Yeah.
Sinister's a piece of shit.
He is
and Storm continues to get to be a boss in this book. You know, she is like the last woman standing.
Yeah. You know what? She is a boss.
They try to fuck around with Storm's head, but she was fucking ready for that.
Yeah, the page just before this, there's a look on her face like fucking I am an idiot. You know what I mean? You could almost tell the great art by Lucas Wernick. You could tell that on her face, you motherfucker, you've done it. You know what I mean? You did it. You won. You know? Oh, it was so great. My favorite one of them all. No more Wanda, just in case. You know?
Yeah.
Just in case. And then this one where
they teased the chimeras back in like Powers of 10, like all those years ago now.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, the end. So again, this is really everything that Sinister has been scheming, all his machinations for the past, I don't know, 5 years, 3 years, whatever it's been, this run of Immortal X-Men. But this is that in fast fucking forward. All right, to say, nope, this is where it eventually goes. And yeah, it's going to go places. All of these different issues are going to be called, different names. The Immoral X-Men. What is it? Storm and the Brotherhood. Nightcrawler, who had the most tragic shit going on in this damn issue. Just so tragic. But Sinister just walking him in like a on a leash like a dog, just having the best time.
Sinister, whether it's been Hickman or Gillen or whoever wrote Hellions, Sinister has been such a fucking hoot throughout the entire Krakoan status quo. And to see this basically just be the Mr. Sinister rules the world book, at least for a little while here, you're glad to know that it's not forever, but man, it is fun to watch.
Yeah. So the last big reveal in this is he tries to go to his lab, his Moira lab, and the Moira lab is gone. So he's stuck. The world that he has now, he can't redo it.
Yeah, and he knows that he's in a bad fucking way because the Shi'ar and the Kree Skrull and all these other people, all these other heavies from around the universe are going to come like drop the hammer on him now.
Yeah. So we're going to see where all that leads. Obviously, this is like a universe that is going to go away. Okay.
Yes.
And is that what Fall of X is going to be? The fallout of Sins of Sinister,
I assume so. I assume that Sinister, like, he will be somehow defeated. I assume Storm's going to figure out a way with the Iraqi mutants on Mars.
Great shit she had going on with them, having a plan with them. Oh, great.
So, wherever this ends, it's going to pull the rug out from probably the Resurrection Protocols. That's probably what all this Fall of X stuff is talking about, because they do need Sinister for that, and Sinister's going to be fucking that up now.
I mean, well, they do because of his genetic shit, but if he wasn't there, if they had everything that he has already laid the groundwork on as of now, because that was the original thing where this book started. No, we can throw Sinister into the pit. We can get rid of him. Or maybe that happened in the last issue of Immortal. We don't need him. Forge can take care of but Sinister had already set the wheels in motion to where it didn't fucking matter. Yeah.
I mean, way back at the beginning when it's like, oh, but my price is like a seat on the council. They should not have honored their promise.
Yeah.
That was really stupid of them.
That's also a really big deal for this book, that it's sort of fruit that we're getting to enjoy that Bendis planted way back in House of X and Powers of 10. It really feels like it's a reward for the Krakoa era
I'm sure you meant Hickman instead of Bendis there.
Oh yeah, I definitely meant Hickman. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Bendis, for a book you didn't write.
Thank you, Bendis, for a book you didn't write.
Oh, giving him credit for things he does and doesn't do.
Awesome. So yeah, Sins of Sinister. We'll have more on the Sins of Sinister stuff, to come. But that leads us to Dave's number 1. It was The Human Target. He's loving that Greg Smallwood art and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Anything else you want to say about that book?
Nothing, not a terrible lot. I mean, we talked about it when Taylor brought it up, but it's probably one of the best books I've read in a while from DC.
Nice.
And it's well done. It's beautiful. It's done. If I pick anything up in trade, this might be something to pick up in trade. Just
to have it.
Yeah.
Just to have it and share it. Awesome. Great. That's it for us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Check out the Comic Book Bullies. They got an episode coming tonight. Happy birthday, Leroy. Today's Leroy's birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
No, stop.
Go to outrightgeekery.com to get links to everything we got.
Many happy returns, Leroy. Fuck you, David.
Social media, videos, the groups, the chats, the things, everything. Go there and check out all the stuff we got going on. Go to Facebook, search for Outright Geekery, and join the group. Andy's over there kicking it all the time, having a great freaking time, just loving life. Killing it, doing reviews, doing movie reviews, comic reviews, a whole lot of fun. Yeah, everybody, we're going to come back here again tomorrow, an hour late, 23 hours from now. And we're going to talk about all of the new books coming out this week. It's not a lot, but there is
it's a light week.
It's a light week, but there's some heavy hitting books. DC especially has some heavy hitting books coming out. So definitely come back and check that out tomorrow night. Yeah, again, thanks everybody for hanging out, but most of all, thanks to these jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Always fun.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
How about